I'm driving through Germany and suddenly, bam, I see this sign, Kotzen. Now, as an American learning German, I know Kotzen means to
It smells like vomit.
So there's literally a town here called Puke. And trust me, it gets even weirder. Let's get to it. With the wildest German place names I found. Let me just say, these names are not what they seem.
Wait a minute.
The town of Kotzen isn't actually named after vomiting. And by the end of this video, you'll see why German places names are way more fascinating and hilarious than you'd ever expect. But first, let's check out another.
Let's do this, people.
Deppendorf. Am I saying it right? Deppendorf? All right. Deppendorf. In modern German, Depp means idiot. So this is basically called Idiot Village. Imagine putting on your resume, yeah, I'm from Idiot Village, Germany.
That's weird.
Okay. Here's another one. There's a place called Schweinfurt, which actually does mean what it sounds like. Schweinfurt, or pig crossing. That one is legit. But then I found Hundeluft. So Hundeluft, that's dog air. There's a place in Germany called dog air. I thought I was getting the hang of German compound words, but this one had me totally stumped. Like, what does that mean, dog air? Can someone help me explain, like, what's another way I can translate that?
Look at the air on this. That's amazing.
Okay, and then there's another one. Katzenhirn, or cat brain. Locals say the village is shaped like a cat's skull when viewed from above. I don't know if that's true or not. I think actually, you know what? I think I actually found the picture of that. There's actually a couple of places like that where if you look at it from above, it does look like a certain thing. When they first building a city, was it actually their goal or it just happened that way?
Maybe.
All right, but here's one that really made me laugh out loud. So stay tuned to the next one. All right, I'm trying to say this correctly. Muckenloch, or Mücken. I think that's how you say mosquito. Müchenloch, or mosquito hole, or is it Gnat Hole or mosquito hole? Anyway, someone looked at the place and said, you know what? That looks like a hole where gnats would live. And that's the official name. Of course, I know that's not true. But it's just funny when you think of it that way. Now, bonus episode! Let me throw a little bonus information in there. In Arkansas, where I'm from, we actually have a city or a little small town called Stuttgart. Of course, we put our American twang onto it. We don't say Stuttgart, we say Stuttgart. And I actually want to make a video about that actually, where all these cities in America or towns that are named after European cities and states, and can you compare them? I'll go and give you a hint. The Stuttgart version we have in America, you could actually call that Muckenloch, because the mosquitoes there are so huge. I think they can probably pick up a person. So that town should not have been called Stuttgart. It should have been called Müchenloch after the German city. The reason is because they grow sugar there, and of course, what do we know? Mosquitoes, certain animals love certain smells, certain things, and we said the blood is like has sugar in it, so the mosquitoes are huge. But hey, that's a side story. Now here's the fascinating part of it for anyone learning German. Most of these names aren't what they seem because they're actually very, very ancient. Take Kotzen, for example. It's not from the verb kotzen, meaning to puke. It actually comes from an old Slavic word, probably meaning small settlement or something. The similarity to modern German is just a hilarious coincidence. And hey, so even though I know that these are jokes, or these are not jokes. They actually have some historical background. It doesn't hurt from someone learning German to think about it from this way. Why? Because I'm going to remember it, right? I'm going to remember these words now because I'm thinking of these cities. And so to me, it's a great way for me to pick up the language. And so here's some more. All right.
Tell me more.
But some are exactly what they sound like. Darmstadt literally means intestine city. And there's a whole digestive theme here. You can travel from Essen, which means to eat, to Darmstadt, intestine city. Germans even joke about the Verdauungslinie, the digestion line. So I've heard of Germany even make those type of jokes. All right, now, here's the ones that I found, and these are the reason why I actually decided to make this video. And we'll start off with the town that I've lived in, and that's called Witzhelden. So Witzhelden really means joke heroes. I don't know what kind of superhero team lives there, right, or lives here, but I can imagine them flying around Germany armed with dad jokes.
I'm a modern superhero. I can fly, but I can't process my own trauma.
They probably make a lot of dad jokes like I've had in some of my shorts. Witzhelden. You know, I actually looked it up when I first moved to Germany because that was actually the first one that I read. Like, oh, Witzhelden. Oh, that means jokes heroes. And for that, ever since then, those words, I never forgot those words. And every time I come across one like this or the next one that I drive through literally probably once a week, it just helps me remember it. So
I get that.
Zeit. So there's a town in Germany called Zeit, which literally means time. And let me tell you, driving through Zeit feels like a little too poetic sometimes. Like, if you get stuck in traffic there, are you literally stuck in time? Do the road signs say things like, welcome to Zeit, please don't waste it, all right? And what if I'm like, oh, someone called me on the phone, I'm like, hey, where are you? Oh, I'm traveling through time. That's another one. All of these dad jokes are just coming out regularly. I'm traveling through time. Am I a time traveler?
Glad I'm not one of them.
There's also a little town called Habenichts, right? Which means have nothing. Imagine living there and filling out your address. Where do you live? I have nothing. That sounds depressing, right? Like a picture of tourism slogan saying, welcome to Habenichts. We've got nothing to offer you. And the town sign must feel like the world's most brutal roast. Every time you drive past it, it's just reminding you that you have nothing. Matter of fact, I was imagining in my world of dad jokes that maybe there was the first person that moved to this town, right? Old man Gabriel here. And he came with nothing. Like whatever reason, life happened, and now he's struggling. He decided to set up a new world. And they said the mayor of next town over, whoever decides to make city names, came up to him and was like, we're going to name the city after you, the very first person here. And so I'm trying to do this in German. Wie heißen Sie means, what is your name? So the mayor's asking, wie heißen Sie, wie heißen Sie? But the man could not hear. He had hard of hearing. So he said, was haben Sie? Meaning, what? Was habe ich? Was habe ich? What are you asking me? What do I have? And the mayor said, no. Wie heißen Sie? What is your name? And the man still did not understand and said, ich habe nichts. And so the president wrote down and said, okay, the name of the city is Habenichts.
I thought of something funnier than 24.
Let me hear it.
25.
So I know I'm making fun of Germany right now, but hey, I'm trying to learn German. But here's another German-speaking country. They have a town. Now, I am a Christian man. I don't like to say bad words, so I'm just going to put the name of this town on the screen. And yes, you're reading it correctly. There's a town called
What in the world?
Now, it used to be called that. It used to be called that because in 2020, there were so many, before 2020, just around, there were so many English-speaking tourists that would come there and steal their sign. And so they finally decided to change the name and said, let's change the name of this town to Fugging.
Okay, that was good.
This is what I love about living in Germany and, of course, learning the language. These place names are like archaeological layers of history. You've got Celtic settlements, Roman influences, Germanic tribes, medieval German and modern German all mashed together. And every name literally tells a story.
Crazy story.
Here's my challenge for you. Comment below with the funniest place name from where in your country. In America, we got a place called Hell, Michigan, and Intercourse, Pennsylvania. But Germany has this special way with compound words, sometimes adorable, sometimes absolutely ridiculous. I did a video about that earlier. So if you enjoyed this cultural deep dive, hit that button to like and subscribe for more discoveries from an American living in Germany. With that being said,